Distinguished shareholders, ladies and gentlemen, you are welcome to the 37th Annual General Meeting of Sunu Assurances Nigeria PLC. The quorum required for this meeting is 25 members present in person or by proxy, and the company's registrar have informed me that we have the required quorum to commence the meeting. This has been confirmed by the company secretary. The time now is 10 a.m. Now is 10. Therefore, I have great pleasure in declaring this meeting open. We have also made provision for virtual access and streaming services for shareholders and directors who are unable to be physically present to also follow the proceedings. The link can be found on our website. May I call on the shareholders to say the opening prayer? Please.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Well, start up for pray. Thank you very much, Father, because it's one of the Holy Spirit. We thank you, Father, for this day that I come here. Come and be with us. What is here today? And all these questions are going to say, God, money, to get us. And at the end of the day, we call our commission. As we speak Christ our Lord. Amen. Officer.
With me, I will go ahead and introduce the board members, members of the audit committee, regulators, and other service providers. With me are our Vice Chair, Hajia Taizia Ajala, Mrs. Olajumoke Bakare, Hajia Aisha Abubakar, Mr. Eli Ogoti, our MD, Mr. Samuel Ogodu, attending virtually, Mr. Mohammed Ba and Mr. Philip Aibo. And our company secretary, Mrs. Taiwo Kuku. And your humble servant, Mr. Kyari Abdul. Members of the audit committee, our chair, Mr. Samuel Adedoyi, Mr. Oluyinka Oniwanti, Oba Ajade Yekini Olariwaju. We have the regulators, representative of National Insurance Commission, NISO, Corporate Affairs Commission, Mr. Ibrahim Abu for Securities and Exchange Commission, Ms. Peggy Halliday, who is attending virtually from the Nigerian Exchange Limited. Oh, she's here. Welcome, Peggy. And the representative of the Financial Reporting Council. We have Mr. Joshua Answer, SIAO Partners, along with Mr. Oyelade Olatije, our audit manager, SIAO. Thank you. We have our registrars, Mrs. Priska Webb, and our board evaluation consultant, Mr. Adepekbe. Adepekba. Before I call the secretary to read the notice convening this meeting, I wish to inform all members that the register of directors holdings is available for inspection during the meeting in accordance with section 3018 of the Companies and Allied Matters Act, LFN 2020. I would now call on the secretary to read the notice convening the meeting.
Shareholder, notice is hereby given that the 37th annual general meeting for Sunu Assurances Nigeria PLC, the company, will hold on Thursday, 15th August 2024, 3WC plus 1228 Victoria Island, Lagos at 10 a.m. for the purpose of considering an evening feast to approve with or without modification the ordinary resolution set out hereunder in the manner required by the company's memorandum and articles of association, the Companies and Allied Matters Act 2022, and the listing rules of the Nigerian Exchange Commission. The ordinary business. Number one, today before shareholders, the consolidated or the financial statement of the company and its subsidiaries, as approved by the board of directors of the company, together with the report of directors, audit committee, and external auditors of the company for the year ended 31st December 2023. Number two, to declare a dividend. Number three, to reject the following process or retire as non-executive directors by rotation in accordance with the company's memorandum with clause 92 of the company's articles of association. A. Mr. Mohamed Ba. B. IGF Ajala. Item 4. To ratify the appointment of Mr. A.D. Ogoni, who was appointed during the last annual general meeting. Item 5. To authorize the board of directors to fix the remuneration of the external auditor. Item 6. To disclose the remuneration of managers of the company. Item 7. To elect shareholders representative of the audit committee to hold office until the end of the annual general meeting. Until the end of the next annual general meeting. The special business for today includes number 8, to approve the remuneration of non-executive directors. Number 9, to consider and if possible pass the following as ordinary resolution. That in compliance with Rule 28A of the Nigerian Exchange Limited governing transactions with related parties or interested persons, the company be and is hereby granted a general mandate to enter into recurrent transactions with related parties or interested persons for the company's day-to-day operations. For the company's day-to-day operations. This mandate shall commence on the date on which this resolution is passed and shall continue to operate until the date of the next annual general meeting. The sub under this is that the directors be and are hereby authorized to take all such lawful steps, pass all requisite resolutions, and to do all such lawful acts and things as may be necessary for and incidental to be respect to this resolution. On the order of the board. Thank you.
the chairman's statement, oh, sorry. Um, can I indulge the shareholders to take my statement as read? Thank you. The chairman's statement can be found on page 8 to 12 of the 2023 annual reports and accounts, which has already been circulated. We shall therefore take the statement as read in order to give sufficient time to attend to other business after meeting. I now call upon the representative of the external auditors, SIAO partners, to read the report of the external auditors, which have been circulated to members with the accounts for the year ended 31st December 2023. Same can be found on page 45 to 45.
Thank you, sir. The chairman, the directors of Sunu Assurance PLC, the shareholders of Sunu Assurance PLC, good morning. My name is Joshua Anson, and I am here with my colleague, Linda Adesowe. All of us are from SIAO Chartered Accountants, and we are the auditors that were appointed to audit the accounts of Sunu Assurance PLC. We are here to render our audit report. The reports can be found on pages 45 to 48. On page shareholders of insurance, I'll play the indulgence if you will permit me to take the first two paragraphs and then the last paragraph of our report. Thank you. An independent auditor's report to the shareholders of Sunu Assurances Nigeria PLC. Report on the audit of the consolidated financial statements for the year ended 31st of December 2023. Opinion. We have audited the consolidated financial statements of Sunu Assurances PLC, Nigeria PLC, the company, and its subsidiaries, all together include, which comprise the consolidated statement of financial position as at December 31, 2023, and the consolidated statement of comprehensive income, and consolidated statement of changes in equity, and consolidated statement of cash flow for the year then ended, and notes to the consolidated financial statement, including a summary of significant accounting policies. In our opinion, the consolidated financial statement give a true and fair view of the consolidated financial position of Sunu Assurances PLC and its subsidiaries as at December 31, 2023, and of its consolidated position and of its consolidated financial performance and consolidated cash flows for the year then ended in accordance with the International Financial Reporting Standards, the IFRS applicable and in the manner required by the Financial Reporting Council Act 2011 as amended, and Companies and Allied Matters Act 2020, the Insurance Act 2003 of Nigeria, and the Investment and Securities Act 2007, and the relevant NICOM settlement. Please, let's turn to page 48, the last paragraph. Compliance with the requirements of the Companies and Allied Matters Act 2020, the Nigerian Insurance Act 2004. The Companies and Allied Matters Act and the Nigerian Insurance Act require that we carry out our report, our audit, we consider and report to you on the following matters. We confirm, one, that we have obtained all the information and explanation which, to the best of our knowledge and belief, were eligible for the purpose of the audit. Two, in our opinion, proper books of account have been kept by the group so far as appears from our examination of the. Three, the group statement of financial position and profit or loss and other operating income are in agreement with the books of account. This report is signed by Joshua Hansen, the investment plan, on the 17th of May, 2024. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I now call upon the chairman of the audit committee, Mr. Samuel Adedon, to read the report of the audit committee, which has been circulated to members with the accounts for the year ended 31st December 2023. Same can be found on page 24 of the annual report.
Thank you, sir. Chairman. The chairman, board of directors of Sunu Assurance PLC, our regulatory authorities, distinguished fellow shareholders. Our report by the audit committee is on page 24 of the financial statement. Report of audit committee for the year ended 31st December 2023. In accordance with the provision of section 404, subsection 7 of the Companies and Allied Matters Act 2020, we have reviewed the audited financial statements of the company and its subsidiaries for the year ended 31st December 2023 and report as follows. 1. The audit committee met in exercise of its statutory responsibilities in accordance with section 404 subsection 7 of the Companies and Allied Matters Act 2020. 2. We have examined the auditor's report, findings and recommendations of management matters, and we are satisfied with management responses thereon. 3. The accounting and reporting policies of the company and its subsidiaries are consistent with local requirements and are great ethical practices. 4. The company and its subsidiaries maintain effective systems of accounting and internal controls during the year. 5. We are satisfied that management is aggressively pursuing the goals and objectives of the company and its subsidiaries. This report was signed on the 22nd of February 2024 and is signed by me, Mr. Samuel Adedon, FCA. Other members of the committee are Mr. Oluyinka Oluyinde, Oba Yesini Ajadi, Mr. Mohammed Bash, and Madam Kasim Ajala. Thank you so much for all your support. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Chairman, Audit Committee. The next item is the presentation of the report of the external consultant for the board evaluation for the year ended 31st December 2023. This is in line with the Nigerian Code of Corporate Governance 2018, NICO Corporate Governance Guidelines for 2021 for insurance companies, and the Securities and Exchange Governance Guidelines for public companies issued in 2020. I hereby invite Mr. Adebo Egas Adefegba to read the report of the board evaluation, page 20 of the.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Distinguished shareholders, Chairman and board members of Sunu Assurances, the management, and other distinguished personalities here today. Late on page 20 of the report is our report on the board members of Sunu Assurances. We were, our friend Adebo Banko was delegated to conduct an evaluation of the board of directors of Sunu Assurances Nigeria PLC for the financial year 2023 in compliance with the requirements of the National Insurance Commission, Code of Corporate Governance, and other extant regulatory requirements for companies in Nigeria. Page 20. Page 20. The report is on page 20. The code requires that there should be an annual board of directors appraisal covering all aspects of the board composition, responsibilities, relationships, and structure, as well as competent tests for individual members of the board, with specific relationship to respective roles in enhancing the board's performance. This exercise was undertaken on the basis of the information provided by the company, and our assignment was to determine the level of performance of the board with regards to the code and other requirements in relation to the work carried out in the period under review, as well as identify areas of weakness where improvement for the board is required for better corporate governance. Furthermore, in compliance with regulatory requirements, a fit and proper testing of the board of directors of Sunu Assurance Nigeria PLC for the financial year 2023 was carried out under the following parameters. Number one, honesty and integrity requirements. Number two, competency requirements. Number three, operation ability requirements. And number four, solvency requirements. In summary, the board of directors excelled in all the parameters and was found to be a strong board. Thank you very much. Yours faithfully, that's me, and this was signed on the 30th of April 2024. Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. Agenda number 1, adoption of audited consolidated financial statements. As copies of the report and accounts have already been circulated, I formally lay before you, before the meeting, the audited consolidated financial statement for the year ended 31st December 2023, together with the reports of the auditors and directors thereof. I, Managing Director, CEO, and other members of the board would be pleased to answer any questions which you may have on the report and accounts before we proceed. Thank you. Please.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Chairman, for giving me this opportunity. First of all, I would like to say good morning all. The Chairman, my MD, Board of Directors, shareholders present, regulators. My name is Jibono Godfrey Uche. I am the National Coordinator of the Youth Alliance Shareholder Association and also again the National Union Shareholder Association of Nigeria. Yeah. Mr. Chairman, I would like, first of all, I'd like to thank the board and management for this dividend and baking this cake that we are eating on fight forward. Yes, we shareholders, those are things we want to see after you invested in a company. The first thing we do are dividends because that's where we have our returns. And when we want to market the company, what people ask is that when we invest in this company, what we get in return? So dividend is very, very important. And they say, who what is given, what is expected. If somebody has done something, you are present so he or she can do better. Mr. Chairman, also again, I noticed that we make profits because of new innovations, new standards. I would like to thank the MD, Mr. Samuel Ogboni, for aligning himself with the IFRS 17, because I saw that that thing actually gave a boost, to our profits. Still under that, I noticed that the board, they attended meetings, 5 meetings to be exact. Also, the web committees also attended meetings. That's very good also, because it's when they attend meetings, they can meet, they can share ideas and bring in new things, to the company. Mr. Chairman, I also noticed that in our products, we don't have much products as other insurance companies do. We don't have life insurance. We don't have, oil and gas. Some people insurance companies have, insurance for education and also insecurity. I would like us to key into it. Because when we do that, we can bring more money, more funds, more revenue into the kitty, and it will boost, our profit and our share capital. Also, Mr. Chairman, also again, I noticed that we pay claims. Yes, those are the good things of insurance company. When you pay claims, that is when people come in. And we pay claims to a total of 2.8 billion. That's about 41.5%. That's very good also. And also again, the chairman, I noticed that we had a growth of 54%. That's good. But Mr. Chairman, next year we want more. We want you to put more on so that we can go. Like I said, all my prayer is to make sure that Sunu is among the best in the insurance company, not only in Nigeria and also in the world. Well, that's the chairman. I'm sorry, I'm running off. The chairman, don't worry, I'm running off. I noticed that unemployment, that we had a good downturn. So we lost about 30 of our staff. The chairman, I don't know, maybe you can throw more light on so we know what's actually happening there. Thank you, Mr. Chairman, for giving this opportunity. My name is still Jibuno. God will coach it. Thank you.
Good morning, shareholders, and good morning, the board. My name is William Adivai. I represent British Shareholders Association. Mr. Chairman, today, like every investor will smile, I want to join other shareholders to thank you for this 5 dividend. But realistically, if you look at this result that we are tracing today, Mr. Chairman, from page 5, all the indices shows growth. Mr. Chairman, also, the shareholders fund has also increased by 33%. Also, when I checked on your statement, which shows the erudite chairman that we have, I observed that underwriting profit increased by 1.83 billion underwriting profit. Also, operating expenses on page 147, it went up. But when one look at it, with the results we are treating, if we are making impressive growth, operating expenses must go up. So I want to thank this board that though the operating expenses went up, it's still fair. The chairman today also, like I mentioned the other day and the other year, it is also important that the man who is responsible for the day-to-day running of the business should have a page here to inform us of his appraisal challenges along the line or within that period. I believe that the board will look into it. Now by next year, we want to have a page that will reflect the MD statement to show us what he has performed and his dream for the future. Because the MD is somebody who has been in this business for over 30 years. And we are going to gain tremendously from it. Right on. To the chairman, today also, it is important that if we are celebrating your profit after tax, which went up to 2 billion, it is important to realize that this profit after tax that we are celebrating is due to the forex. The forex gave us 2.31 billion. So as much as we are celebrating this profit, we should quickly use that money to invest into all areas which we have shown advantage over our peers. 2.31 billion is a big deal of money, but it's purely due to the forex. And some of the profitable business that you have dealt into. Mr. Chairman, today also, I want to congratulate this board because of this result, the price of this company has risen to 1 naira 40 kobo. Give them a round of applause. They choose to come for you because of that increase in the price, not because of the 5 kobo. So before I drop this mic once again, I want this board to look into giving us a pay for the FD, and that 2.3 billion should be wisely invested into all areas which we have advantages over our peers. Mr. Chairman, too, I want to thank you for your input into the Institute of Director, and I pray God in His infinite mercy to continue to strengthen you. Thank you for the opportunity given. God bless.
Thank you.
We are not pro. Thank you. There.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
I'll try to be brief.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, members of the board, regulatory authorities here present, ever patient shareholders, good morning. Chairman, today, I want to join my voice in the area. My name is Eke Chibuzo Emmanuel. I am the General Secretary, Independent Shareholders Association of Nigeria. Thank you. Chairman, I want to appreciate the board and management for the growth of 54%. Chairman, I want to also appreciate the payment of 5 kobo. But Chairman, we are too conservative. If we have any per share of 43.11 kobo and we are paying 5 kobo, that is not order good enough. So I want to suggest, looking at page 31 and 38, 41, there is nothing like dividend policy. Maybe that's why you were able to take that 5 kobo. Chairman, I want to suggest you develop a dividend policy which will guide us going forward. Yes, Mr. Chairman, page 30 to 36, board and committee attendance shows a lot of commitment. I will want the management to give it up because the result we are expecting is not dividend of 5 kobo, and it's not a result of 5 kobo. Very consistent with that, Mr. Chairman. I want to look at 147, item 58, other operating expenses. On item 58, I want to concentrate on training expenses, Mr. Chairman. there is need to train our staff so that they can be able to deliver better results. Also, diesel and electricity, Mr. Chairman, that went up drastically. I want to suggest, Mr. Chairman, that we looking at alternatives, either looking at solar, because at the instant, the first time the solar can be costly, but when you share the cost, it will further reduce um, the cost. Also, Mr. Chairman, on page 39, remuneration policy, Mr. Chairman, if you are paying us 50 kobo, you have to review down all those costs that are increased there. 5 kobo, sorry. You have to review those amounts. If you pay us 5 kobo again, we will report to you on those figures that went high, that you remunerated yourself well, and then you're paying us 5 kobo. On page 75, trade and other receivables, Mr. Chairman, I want to suggest you review the activities of our brokers, because that is where that rise is coming from. Let us review our activities with our brokers so that they will not be holding our money, and at the end of the day, we will not have much to trade with. Very consistent with that, Mr. Chairman, on cybercrime. Cybercrime is of increase now, and we are financial institutions, Mr. Chairman. I want to suggest that we train our staff on cyber security to avoid us falling a victim. Even individuals, even the board can as well go through that training, because the activities of all these hoodlums can cost us a lot. On recapitalization, Mr. Chairman, I know you have saved a lot of money for recapitalization. The bank is suffering it now, where 4 or 5 banks are coming out at the same time. I don't know where they want to drag the money from, whether it's from this shareholders you're seeing or S money somewhere. So I want to ask us to get prepared and grow your strategies so that you don't become unaware. We will be interested if Sunu stands tall. I want to conclude, Mr. Chairman, on advice to the, um, the secretary and possibly our registrars. If you check page 135 on unclaimed dividend, unclaimed dividend 30.30 million 778 is almost within that figure. If you check it, both the company and the group, the chairman, the secretary, and the registrars can work together and make sure this amount reduce drastically. Because if we did, let me suggest also that we should publish uh, the list of unclaimed dividend going forward on this annual report that we are seeing. If it's possible, take a page there and give us the list. You'll be surprised or you'll be amazed that some of us here may be having monies here to claim or our relatives. Mr. Chairman, I want to thank you so much for the opportunity you have given to me. Thank you.
Yes, next. Yeah, I said next.
during the David fellowship with other directors. For the record, my name is Nana. When our meeting didn't start by 10, I thought the phone when I was bringing the chairman was not arrived. But I was wrong. Somebody now pointed to me that look at him in there. So I said, oh, I didn't realize I was there because he has joined them. Uh, you know, in the National Assembly, before they approve candidates for themselves, they make sure that they are addressed as chairman. That's why I give you recognize. But something seriously to the account. I will start on the note of an appeal. I want to say that the corporate governance report was presented this morning is one that can be far better than what you have done. I don't think you should be quick at giving or making judgment. Give us as shareholders to confirm that our board is strong. What I was expecting, I will find in this report, which is your report, is that you will say these are areas that the board needs to improve on, and then we can then take the board, we can take off the board from time to time as to what they are doing to improve this position. But what you are giving me with due respect, I have nothing to say from you. So I'll be hoping that going forward, that will be your approach. But on the side of the board, I look at page 5 for a publicly project company. By the way, the last line there could not read 2023. What you should read is the quotation price at 31st of December. Because you haven't put 2023 there, there is a conflict with the column that has 2022 at the top. Okay? So let the column, the narration at the top of the column, do the narration in terms of date. What you should just have is 20th, 31st of December, and you give every other thing. But even at that, I'm not sure that your share price goes at one naira in both years. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Otherwise, what you're implying is that you didn't make any price appreciation. I am not sure. It didn't hit me until I got to this stage. But I will confirm. And I also want management to confirm. But whatever I find, I want to let management. Given that this account that we have in 2023 is an account of reconciliation right, left, and center. Like I said in one of the sessions that I've had this year, it's not to talk about financials in the real sense of it, because 2023 and 2022 are not at par. So what I will do is to look at areas that can help us in our journey towards improvement. And I'm happy that the speaker before me talked about recapitalization. But what I will be taking from his contribution is that looking at page 75, 77, and page 105, I will be suggesting that let the board begin to look at opportunity of increasing our payoff. Because from what we've seen with the banks now, so we don't get taken unawares. And then that will then mean that we're having to raise additional unit of shares if we are to meet the capitalization. Even the way it is presented now, in terms of the proposed bill. So I'm hoping that it's something that the board will begin to look at. The second reason for that is that if you look at the results that we are considering today, what you will find is that for this holding of 1,000 units, all that will be taking home is 45 kobo. And I'm not sure that even for those of them who came from the nearest state city around here, or Bangladesh, will spend 45 kobo. So I'll be hoping that if we're able to improve
again, in anticipation of what ICOM is hoping to do, that will also help us. But I also want to join the second speaker. So we will talk about ethics game. What I find on the 146, which is also on the 76, and page 30, page 80 rather, is a gain of 2.5 billion. And I want to salute God for not making the mistake of paying from that FX in the manner that quite a number of us would have wanted. Because looking at the bill that is also before the National Assembly, it also meant that we would have had to pay tax to government on that, and that would have been disastrous. So, but again, that helps to strengthen the fact that now that government is not talking about, so you can use FSK for capital structure, less at the board and as a company as we need to look at that. The second major area of concern that I also think I should talk around has to do with the structure of an investment. I know we have an investment committee of the board. We also have an investment committee at management level. But what I find in this account, just as we found in the previous case, that our emphasis is on money market. I'm not saying money market is not good, because you're also looking at how you pay your things. But I think we should begin to do some diversification now. And because now that the market is suffering, and if we invest well, in the long run, the benefit will be far higher. Because what to think of it, no country can sustain its economy at a 30%, 40% interest rate. It's not possible. It's not possible. So let's also begin to look long term when it comes to our investment. And that itself takes me to the issue of the second leg of our business. Technically, the way we stand now, we are standing on two legs: healthcare and uh, general insurance. And if we are able to push what healthcare can do, because looking at what we find on page 165 and 166, which is also represented on page 108 and 109, I want to think that as a board, we should also be very hard in pushing that business. Because whether we want it or not, then the economy is bad, but everybody is concerned about the well-being. And one of the major components of well-being is our health. So once we can also get that right, the chances are high that in the long run, we also bring in money across that. Because all of this will also help our bottom line. And I'm hoping that going forward, we'll be able to see better dividends. But let me close on the note of the fact that on this occasion, one of the speakers said he's representing the youth. And I'm sure that one of them is going to come later and say he's representing the young people. I'll be referring them to page 177 of the account. If you look at this page, you're going to find that from all indications, the picture that you have there is a case of a young man and a young woman that have insurance policy around marriage. So the young and then the youth, please let's help you to canvas among the young people so that they can take the insurance marriage policy. When things go haywire, I hope we don't be forced. Thank you.
Good morning, also the morning. My name is Adele Salami. I represent the we are so impressed with this because German, I have to look for questions and observations. I want to think that when we are introducing the director, it's not talk about the ability as man. It's not introducing and tell us that 25.
That's where we have our 5 years national survival. Realize that in 2019, our shareholders fund was around 3 billion, and yet in 2023, we have over 9 billion shareholders fund. And also, the retaining earnings of the country grew last year from 600 million to over 2.7 billion. So we are so happy with this representative for the board. And this shows a good reason why any smart investor get more shares. Also, looking at this account, we are doing a 9 billion business, which I believe is too small to what our competitors are doing. So what steps are you putting in place to increase the revenue of this company to about 25 billion in the next 5 years, which I believe is achievable? Also, in this account, I would like to thank the board that we don't have any problem. So does not give the company any reason to have a huge finance cost due to the high interest rates that we are experiencing. So I want us to think of let us manage it because this is something we have for ourselves. I observe that in most annual reports I usually have, director's profile is always important. But in this annual report, our director's page is always at the back of the annual report. But the company secretary has said, refuse to put our profile in this annual report. So please going forward, like next year, the company secretary profile is also important. We are so happy with this company. As well we are going coming from the past years, when we have usually have our annual report at the them. But looking at us where we are now, all our indices were positive. I want to find the what I'm going to keep it up and also to thank you.
Progress. Come on, progress. Progress. Let us progress. Progress. Let us progress. Progress.
All right. Thank you so much. I will try and take the comments and questions. Uh, and where I can't, I will use the chair's discretion to call on the MD to respond. Mr. Kibono, thank you so much for the comment. Uh, I think one of the questions you asked was about the loss of 30 of our staff. We have fallen victim to what most companies in the country are, is the dark past syndrome. So a good portion of our staff left the country, and the rest resigned. So, of course, we have also recruited some to fill the necessary slots. Uh, Mr. Adebayo, thank you for highlighting the underwriting profit and how tightly we kept operating expenses. We will take note of the uh, FD's statement going forward. Usually the company is the board, the FD is part of the board. However, if we need to separate the two, then required in this state. So we will consider it. Mr. Ike, thank you for the comment. Yes, the 5 couple may appear to be too conservative. And of course, quite a number of the speakers have also pointed out the FX gain. Now, prudence is very important. We do have a dividend policy, and we are guided by the dividend policy declaring the dividend. Now, some of the FX gains are unrealized, meaning that it's just a paper profit. But it also shows prudence on the part of management and the company. So one has to be very careful. One do not consider something that has been unrealized as part of the dividend computation. So the real profit or the real gain or the realized gain is what is considered for the dividend payment. Training expenses, notice, um, and receivables. Yeah, that's also noted. My guru of the capital markets. Yeah, I think the corporate governance report will have to speak with our company, with the company that has done the board evaluation. You know, we moved from one company to another. It's always nice to see where we as a board would do better. The worst thing for any institution, any entity to do is to be complacent and say we are the best or we are doing well. That's the beginning of the failure of that entity. We will look at the share price. Um, yes, the capital structure becomes very important. In fact, one of the things that we as the board also look at is the new act that has been passed and anticipate what's going to come in terms of capital requirements for the various insurance companies. And we don't want to be caught unaware. And we are also looking at that. Clearly, the HFO, which is substantially owned by this company, and of course the generals, are the key businesses we are in. As suggested by somebody about life, that's an entirely different kind of insurance business. And if the shareholders are looking at that as an opportunity for growth, then the board would definitely consider and recommend to shareholders down the road. Mr. Oladimeji, thank you for the comment. Mr. Hassan Adeleke has stated in the annual account has retired. He has reached the retirement age and he has retired from the company. We have given him a befitting setup, and he being one of the icons of the insurance industry. And I'm glad that the last place he served in at the pinnacle of his career is Sunu Assurance PLC. Thank you. Any other anything you may add, Effie?
Good morning, MD. Firstly, I must say thank you for making out the time to run over my ideas. This is one of the ideas that I ever had. I can't cover from everything. All I need to just say is that I told you at this point, we're going to look at our forward looking statement. This company will continue to grow from strength to strength. Amen. We have in place one strategy. Not that somebody like a lot of us here, we have started a lot of experience. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Yes. So we use our experience to drive the company. Oh, yes. And the story is just about 7 years in Nigeria, and there are both companies that are over 50 years in this country. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. You know that. So I can assure you, like so that lady said about our shareholder must be 9 billion, and we are doing 9. I can assure you that we are on top of our game. It's the 5 million, the 5 billion we talked about, with your support, achieve it and exceed it in 5 years. So we need your support, market our products,
when we want to raise capital, because we already ahead of our plan.
Go ahead, go
To
ahead.
comply with NICOM. Yeah, whatever they come up with, we are there ahead of them. So we need your support. We need your support, not really. The health brother, he said, no, I will say. Those of us are having 1,000 shares. Without taking like less than 500 naira, we take it to Obalede and Transport. Please be ready. Opportunity is coming. So that your company can meet and support the yeah, strategy that Thank you. Thank you very much.
I hereby move that the audited consolidated financial statements for the year ended 31st December 2023, together with the reports of the directors, external auditors, and the audit committee, which have already been circulated and are hereby adopted. Will a shareholder please rise and second the resolution? Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Chairman. My name is Mr. Bisi Madhepita from Lagos Road, Chairman. I thank you.
Second. It's the second. Just seconded. I moved already. Yeah. Will those in favor of this resolution please signify by raising their right hand? Will those against the resolution signify by raising their right hand? I declare the resolution carried unanimously. Item number 2 of the agenda is the approval of the dividend payment of 5 kobo per ordinary share, as recommended by the directors to shareholders whose name appear in the register of members as at the close of business on Friday, 12th July 2024. I now call on the shareholders to approve the payment of 5 kobo per ordinary share to shareholders whose names appear in the company's register of members as at the close of business on Friday, 12th July. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, my chairman. My name is Laka. I move to that. Thank you.
Will another shareholder please rise and second the motion? Let's go to them.
Thank you, man. Thank you, Chairman. I want to
Thank you, sir. Will those in favor of the resolution signify by raising their right hand? Thank you. Will those against the resolution signify by raising their right hand? I declare the resolution carried unanimously. Item number 3 on the agenda is the re-election of retiring directors in accordance with section 2851 of the Companies and Allied Matters Act, LFN 2020. 1/3 of the directors are required to retire at every annual general meeting, and the retiring directors, if eligible, can put themselves up for re-election and are hereby adopted. Will a shareholder please raise and second the resolution? Will those in favor of the resolution please signify by raising their right hand? Will those against the resolution signify by raising their right hand? The resolution, I declare the resolution carried unanimously. I now call the secretary to read the names of the retiring directors and if they have indicated interest in being re-elected.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The retiring directors are Mr. Mameba and Adia Sadega. Both directors have been indicated their interest in being re-elected. Mr. Mameba, we are
I now call on a shareholder to propose the resolution that the re-election of Mr. Mohammed Ba and Hajia Taizia Ajala as directors of the company be done by a single resolution.
Thank you, Chairman. The name is Reverend Dr. Anthony Omojola. I do move to vote.
Will another shareholder please rise and second the resolution? Go back.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The president is Awad Wahab Olatu. I like to second that.
Will those in favor of the resolution signify by raising their right hand?
Continue.
Thank you. Will those against the resolution signify by raising their right hand? I declare the resolution carried unanimously. I now call on a shareholder I now call on a shareholder to propose the resolution that Mr. Mohammed Ba and Hadia Taishia Ajala, both non-executive directors, retiring in office in accordance with Section 2851 of the Companies and Allied Matters Act, LFM 2020, be and are hereby re-elected as non-executive directors of the company. Yeah.
I support the motion. As this group.
Will another shareholder please rise and second the motion? Madam.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I, Mrs. Papa Odukoya, I like to second the motion.
Will those in favor of the resolution signify by raising their right hand? Will those against the resolution signify by raising their right hand? I declare the resolution carried unanimously. Item 4 on the agenda is the approval of a newly appointed director. In accordance with section 2741 of the Companies and Allied Matters Act, LFN 2020, the Board of Directors shall have power to appoint new directors to fill any casual vacancy arising out of death, retirement, or removal. Where a casual vacancy is filled by the directors, the person may be approved by the general meeting at the second annual general meeting. I now call the second to read the name of the director that was appointed since the last annual general meeting for approval by the shareholders.
The newly appointed director is Mr. Ogundewi, who was appointed as an executive director of December 2023 and has been approved by the National Commission.
I now call on the shareholder to propose the resolution that the appointment of Mr. Eli Okotie as Executive Director in accordance with Section 2741 of the Companies and Allied Matters Act 2020 be and is hereby approved by the meeting. Mrs. Obide. Thank you. Will another shareholder rise and second the resolution? Yes, please.
Mr. Chairman, on the speech is about the police. I second the motion.
Will those in favor of the resolution please signify by raising your right hand? Will those against the resolution signify by raising their right hand? I declare the resolution carried unanimously. Item 5 of the agenda is to authorize the directors to fix the remuneration of external auditors who would act as auditors and financial advisors for the year 2024. Under section 4081B of the Companies and Allied Matters Act, LFN 2020, the Act requires that the remuneration of external auditors shall be fixed by the company in a general meeting, or in such manner as the company in a general meeting may determine. I hereby move that the directors be and are hereby authorized to fix the remuneration of external auditors for the year ended 31st December 2024. Will a shareholder please rise and second the resolution? Other than Madam. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. My name is
Please vote against my second motion.
Thank you. Will those in favor of the resolution signify by raising their right hand? Will those against the I declare the resolution carried unanimously. In agenda number 6, in line with section 257, LFN 2020, the compensation of managers of a company shall be disclosed to members of the company at the annual general meeting. This information is provided in page 41 of the 2023 annual report and account. Ladies and gentlemen, this business does not require a vote. Disclosure. Item 7 on the agenda is the election of members of the audit committee. The audit committee shall consist of 5 members, consisting of 3 members elected by shareholders and 4 representatives. The board has nominated Mr. Mohammed Bah and Hajia Kaizira Adela as directors that will serve on the audit committee for 2024 financial year. The secretary confirmed receipt of 34 nominations from some shareholders for election or re-election to the audit committee. However, 31 members withdrew their nominations shortly before the AGM. I hereby present the 3 nominated persons for election of 3 of them into the audit committee. 1, Mr. Samuel Adekunle Adedomi. Oba Ajadi Yekini Olaiwaju. Mr. Oluyinka Oniwede. In view of the shortlisted nominations, there shall be no election. I hereby declare that Mr. Samuel Adekunle Adedomi, Oba Ajadi Yekini Olaiwaju, Mr. Oluyinka Oniwede, Mr. Mohammed Bah, Hajia Kaizira Adela have been duly elected as the shareholders representatives of the audit committee for 2024 financial year. Agenda number 8, to approve the remuneration of directors. In line with section 2931, Kama LFN 2020, your company is required by law to seek the approval of the annual fees payable to directors for 2024 financial year. Shareholders will therefore be required to fix the remuneration of directors at 51,461,000 for 2024 financial year, comprising of living allowance, annual fees, travel, and domestic allowance. I hereby move that the director's remuneration be and is hereby fixed at 51.461 million for 2024 financial year, comprising of sitting allowance, salary, travel, and domestic allowance. Will a shareholder please rise and second the resolution? What is the observation?
Hello, sir. The chairman, because you are involved, you are expected to get to the SD to control that motion. Please. You are involved, sir.
Thank you. So I will pass it over to the handle. Thank you.
The shareholders of the Sunu Assurance Nigeria PLC. I hereby move that the director of restoration be and is hereby fixed at 51.4 million for 2024 financial year, comprising teaching allowance, annual fee, travel allowance, and domestic allowance. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, I believe.
Hello, we also introduce yourself.
Yes, the name is Abayo Yadebayo. I'm supporting the motion based on the fact that the bomb perform excellently, so I'm supporting that motion. Thank you very much, Abayo Yadebayo.
We those in favor of the resolution signify and raising their right hand. We vote against the resolution signify by raising their right hand. So the result of the vote is declared by me by saying that it's declared carried unanimously. Thank you.
Thank you. That in compliance with Rule 20.8A of the Nigerian Exchange Limited governing transactions with related entities or interested parties, the company B and is hereby granted a general mandate to enter into the current transactions with related or interested parties for the company's day-to-day operations on normal commercial terms. In line with Rule 28C, there shall be no motion by related parties or interested persons. These persons have undertaken to ensure that their representatives and proxies shall abstain from voting on this resolution. I hereby move that the directors be and are hereby authorized to take all necessary steps to comply with the above requirements. Will the shareholder please rise and second the resolution? Yes, madam. With those in favor of the resolution, signify by raising their right hand. Thank you. With those against the resolution, signify by raising their right hand. I declare the resolution carried unanimously. Ladies and gentlemen, as there is no other business, it is my pleasure to declare this meeting closed. Thank you all.
Congratulations. Okay.